So for some of you, you may be involved with or working with a earth sign. That could be Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. And what this means is taking things slow, taking practical steps. I always think of Knight of Coins or Knight of Pentacles as the Boy Scout. You know, he's always prepared. He's checked his list. He's got a map. It's a very practical card, and it's known as the salesman card too. So he's always considering what's the bottom line before he puts out any effort. So it's really for you this month about practicality, maybe getting your budget together. For some of you, maybe doing your taxes, doing things that have a material basis, a material reward or return. And it means doing things in a methodical, practical, slow stepping, but very cautious and very assured footing. So that's the main energy that's coming up for you for life here on Earth in February. Then this next position is called Yasod. It has to do with foundation, with our emotions. It's ruled by the moon. And funny enough, there's the moon card right there, here in reverse. Is there any way that you're resisting your emotions this month, Scorpio? The moon card is related to Pisces, and it also has elements of Cancer and Scorpio here with this lobster or crab that's coming up from the deep. Scorpio usually sits in the deep waters. And it's coming to the surface here to allow those deep-seated emotions to come to the surface for review between our left brain and our right brain. The left brain is represented by the dog here. That's analysis, rationality, thought. And the right brain represents our creative passions, our irrational side, our wild side. So is there any way, Scorpio, that you may be resisting allowing some of your deep-seated feelings to come to the surface for evaluation? What the moon is usually about is evaluating what is true versus what is false, what is permanent versus what is impermanent, what is reality versus what's fantasy. It's really a card of illusion. Sometimes it can be a card of secrets. So with this in reverse in your emotional position, what it's telling me is that you may have some resistance, fear, doubt, or delay towards letting your emotions up to the surface because you're so busy just focusing on your day-to-day practical matters. I'm going to encourage you to, perhaps even in the evenings, just check in with yourself about what are you feeling? Is there anything that you're suppressing? That's what moon in the reverse says, especially in your emotion-based position. So allow yourself to not suppress anything. If you're feeling tired or angry or just hurt or whatever it is that you're feeling and you're not allowing yourself to feel it, it could hamper your progress forward. And since that's such a big theme, it's best to release that. You can see that the way forward on this road here is by allowing those deep-seated emotions to come up. So that's what's going on in your emotion position. You might actually get some revelations. You're the 8th house sign, which has to do with hidden truths and hidden secrets, and that's what the moon can sometimes reveal. Secrets come to the surface. So, or you could be hiding a secret here with it in reverse. Let's see what's going on with your victory position, which is ruled by Venus, and also your splendor position, which is ruled by Mercury. It has to do with communication, and the name of that node is Hod. We've got the sun in reverse. So the sun and the moon, both in reverse. That's interesting. And both of these have to do with integration. This has to do with your confidence, your vitality, your energy levels. Usually sun is all about joy and optimism and having a sunny disposition, as well as integrating the male and masculine and feminine sides of yourself. With this in the reverse position, it's such a positive card that even in the reverse position, it means that maybe there's some kind of like overcastness to your joy, but it's still such a positive. The sun is positive regardless of its position. So there may just be some sort of fear, doubt, or resistance to letting yourself shine, to letting yourself. I'm really just getting the sense, Scorpio, with sun and moon in reverse, that there is some fear, doubt, or resistance to letting yourself shine just as you are. letting your truth out, letting, where I think there's a saying that says happiness is found when our thoughts, our actions, and our words are all in accordance. And what I'm seeing is there's a real need for authenticity, letting yourself out to be seen. That's going to bring you a lot of happiness and fulfillment this month. Don't hide away, is what both of these in reverse are telling me. You need to speak your truth, speak your mind, both to yourself and to others, and be really honest with yourself about where your happiness lies, where your deep feelings are actually, real and authentic. What's going on with you can't be suppressed. I'm getting some suppression here. And I think that by removing whatever fears, doubts, or resistance you're having, it will help you with practical matters. If you can actually let that stuff to the surface to be released. And then in your victory position, ruled again by Venus, Ace of Cups in reverse. So it's saying something that you really value is new love, but you're almost hesitant to admit it to yourself. Aces are always new beginnings, and the cups represent water or our emotions, and you're a water sign, Scorpio. So this is saying, there's a lot of peace. This is what this dove represents, and illumination. That's the lotus is a symbol of enlightenment for the Buddhists. It's saying that there's new love or new creative passion, new joy to be found. It's coming to you. It's what your victory is, but there's fear, doubt, or resistance to letting it in. So again, I'm just seeing with Sun, Moon, and Ace of Cups, all in reverse. What is the fear of admitting something to yourself, Scorpio? Is there something that you're denying to yourself and others? Is there new love that you want or that's coming in that you're denying? Is there a new beginning in love that you're really craving, but you're not speaking about it, or you're not even admitting it to yourself? This is almost like some blockages here with not letting your honest, authentic self come to the surface. So I'm going to encourage you to do that in whatever way that might translate for you, Scorpio. It will help you get things done. It will help you in your day-to-day work. It will help you with forward progress and movement and momentum. There's a tendency here to put on this armor with Knight of Coins and just get down to business and get things done. But this is saying you really do need to attend to your inner self. You really do need to attend to your emotional reality, because if you're suppressing it, he's actually going to falter. He's not going to be able to go forward and accomplish as much as he wants to. Let's see what else is coming up for you. This is the Sun position. This has to do with our consciousness. This is called beauty, or it's also called Tippereth. And this is related to the solar plexus chakra. We have Knight of Wands in reverse, kind of echoing the Sun in reverse. Knight of Wands is also related to fire, has to do with action, has to do with boldness, confidence, daring, assertiveness. When this appears in the reverse position, it's saying that there might be some doubt about your actions. You might not be showing the same bravado or confidence that you normally do. And I'm really getting the sense that it's related to this emotional block, or not acknowledging what's going on with you on an integrated level, Scorpio. So if you can remove some of this stuff, my guess is that he turns around, and this provides you with lots of motivation, optimism, forward movement, just like this guy. And this guy's energetic and passionate and bold and daring. So harness this energy by removing whatever fears, doubts, or resistance you're having to showing up and admitting to yourself exactly what you're feeling, both to yourself and to others. That's what's going to bring you a lot of joy. That's what's going to allow you to be seen, Scorpio, and potentially connect with others as well. Let's see what else is going on here. We've got in your Mars position, this is called severity. It's also called Gebura, and it's ruled by Mars, so it has to do with will and action and desire. In that position, we have death in reverse. It's telling me there's something that you're having a hard time letting go of, Scorpio. There's something that is old and dead and gone, but you're having a hard time letting it go. Whenever I see death in reverse, I always say, let go or be dragged. That's a Buddhist saying, and there's some truth to it. what is in your Mars position, this may be something that you really had a lot of desires about. It was something that your will was really invested in, or your ego was really invested in, but you're needing to let go of the old story of it. You're needing to clear room of the old clutter, or the old leftover remnants from the old story, the old cycle, in order to make room for new life, in order to make room for new passion, new vitality, new action, confidence, boldness, daring. Something needs to be cleared away for you to move forward passionately and aggressively. Not even aggressively, but assertively. So this is what I'm seeing with the Mars, is that you're not willing to take action on clearing something else away. And I think that, with all these in reverse here, there's something that's I'm getting the sense that your emotional blocks are affecting your action, your ability to act and move forward. So let's see what's going on in your blessings position. This is called Mercy, or Chesed. It's governed by Jupiter, and it's where good things come in. Strength in reverse. So we have a major arcana here, just like with death here too. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4 major arcana. So there's some big themes going on. Your blessings come with strength and with patience and with fortitude this month. It means being gentle with yourself. In the reverse position, there may be a tendency to want to get it all done right now, to want to force things to happen, wanting to bustle through things or push through things. It's saying that you may have to adopt a more gentle approach. That's where your blessings are going to come in. To let go of any, I'm actually seeing that she's dominating her ego, or she's actually letting go of this ego. This represents the lion, which represents our heart and courageousness, but it's also the wild beast. And I'm just getting the sense in this blessings position ruled by Jupiter, and especially with it called Mercy, there's a sense of taming the beast that within that is really a blessing for you this month. Not allowing yourself to get caught up in rage or egoism or jealousy or arrogance or anything that has to do with a wild, say, lion. You're really coming with the spirit of gentleness and patience. That's your strength this month. Literally, that's your blessing, is being able to sort of calm yourself down. Being gentle with yourself, ultimately, Scorpio, is a real blessing for you this month, especially as it has to do with letting something go that was part of your pleasure, part of your desire, part of your past will, and something that you took action towards. It's hampering you until you let that go. So again, be gentle with yourself, be honest with yourself, be authentic. It's going to help you accomplish more with these nights. Your next two positions are understanding, Bana, and Chokma, which is wisdom. Bana is ruled by Saturn, so it sometimes has to do with lessons or challenges. And this is Hierophant in reverse. For some of you, this may be related to a divorce that you went through, or that may be part of what's difficult to let go of. I'm seeing that with the couple here, in the sun, that might have brought you a lot of joy. There's some difficulty with something that is conventional and traditional. You're not wanting to follow the standard path, is what it's telling me. Hierophant is usually higher learning. It's the wedding or marriage card. And it's saying that there's some way that you want to rebel against something. There's some way that you want to resist something, or you don't want to let go of an old, traditional, conventional way of being. But it's time. These are three major arcana, all in reverse. It's time to let that go, Scorpio. Whatever this was, maybe it was a home. Maybe it was a conventional place. Maybe there was something that brought you higher learning, especially with this in the understanding position, but you're having a hard time letting it go. So that's going to really serve you. And you might have some deep-seated feelings about it that you don't want to admit to yourself, but letting those up to the surface for release, especially during this full moon. And then in your wisdom position, also known as Chokma, you have Empress. Now this This is a beautiful card, and I love it echoing the Strength card here. It's sort of like the higher octave of the Strength card. They're both major arcana. But Empress here is saying, let things come to you. You don't need to force things. She is the receptive element. She is abundant and rich and full and satisfied because she knows her own value. She lets things come to her. She is just, everything she touches grows. She's very nurturing. Things are fertile around her. Things grow around her. Both relationships and money and, all the flowers of the field. She is a symbol of abundance. And it's because she knows her own worth and her own value. And she sits back in her chair and lets people bring things to her. She is completely satisfied with who she is. So I really love the progression of things here. It's almost like, working hard, trying to force things through. As you are authentic with yourself and you admit things to yourself that are coming up from the deep, Scorpio, and sort of identifying what's true and what's false, what's permanent versus what is ephemeral, what's passing versus what's stable, it's going to help you take action towards things. It's going to help you have confidence and daring and boldness. And if you're able to let go of something that is no longer alive, no longer, it's an old story, it's a remnant, and if you're able to be gentle with yourself, you're going to have some understanding about this thing that you're letting go of. It seems like a big deal. And you become this Empress person. You become the figure of the Empress, where everything grows around you. And the highest consciousness that's available to you this month is Chariot in reverse. So again, this is actually, it's amazing how many major arcana you have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Most of your cards are major arcana. So there's like a big thing going on for you this month. And Chariot in reverse is slowing down. It's not taking movement. Again, I'm getting the themes of gentleness, being receptive, not having to push forward. This is the card of hard control. And so in the reverse, it's saying you don't have to control everything. It's letting go of control, honestly, is really your highest goal here, or your highest consciousness this month. It's letting go of control and realizing that you kind of have it all. Let the world roll at your feet. You don't need to strive. You don't need to force anything, Scorpio. I think this month is really going to be a good month about letting go and just being your authentic self and being gentle with yourself, Scorpio. There's a lot of good that can come to you with that. And I'm just seeing too, both of these are about men on horses going forward. You may be taking practical steps, but sometimes it's good to not try to force anything. Sometimes instead of charging forward quickly, taking slow practical action is really featured for you. So a lot of good stuff this month. There seems to be some really big themes happening for you. And I just want to encourage you to be very authentic and gentle with yourself this month, Scorpio.